Blah 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 blah. Sorry about the wind. My question was, it's like, why is it so long-winded? Just ask your question. Like literally, my question. Girl, ask your question. No one cares.
Just like
I have a very high pain intolerance. Does she mean she has a high pain tolerance? This video was for entertainment purposes only. Nothing is meant to be taken seriously at all. I'm just sharing my own opinions, not facts, off publicly accessible information, first made public by public figures. Please don't go to these people's channels and leave mean-spirited, negative, discouraging, disparaging comments. This is for entertainment purposes only. Oh God, what's up, y'all? Sorry, I'm giddy about her title. I wasn't even expecting her to upload today because it was a little bit later than what she's used to, but the title of this video is In a Situationship, and the real reason people are obsessed with me. Let's talk episode 12. If you don't know, my name is Just Your Average Reaction. I'm just a guy who likes to react to health and fitness stuff, usually girl world. I have a bachelor's degree in physical education, teacher education, so that means I'm trying to be a PE teacher, and I was an ACE certified personal trainer for quite a few years. I was an ACE certified personal trainer for 2 years, but I was a different personal trainer, a ISA or IFA certified personal trainer for like 8 other years, so sometimes I get it confused in my head. Anyway, yeah, I want to check out what Pookie, Ambi, can I call you Ambi, has been up to. So, you know, there's so much drama going on right now, y'all. I just can't even begin to talk about it. I'll fill everybody in the girl world update. So, without any further ado, I'll give it to you, Moplex Queen.
hello, welcome to another Let's Talk video.
Giving her to 1.25. If it's bad, I'm going to 1.5.
So I'm sure you guys are expecting a what I ate today / weigh-in. I haven't had time to do that.
I wasn't expecting any type of video other than any video.
Last few days have been super busy for me. I wasn't even able to live stream. I am rescheduling that live stream for Sunday, so my weekly live stream is still happening. So I'm just now getting back to my normal routine, and I'm able to film this video, get back to vlogging because I haven't even been vlogging for my vlog for Monday. So let's just get right into it with Sippin' Community.
You know, and people have been accusing her of filming like all of her videos in like 1 to 2 days, and so it's interesting how, you know, she not only had to reschedule her live, but she usually posts a video on Wednesday after her Tuesday live, and people think that she films her videos literally after her live, which is, she ends her live, I feel like, at like 10 p.m. She either starts or she ends her live very late. I can't handle that. But, and then seemingly like stays up and just films everything for her vlog or whatever it is. Anyway, let's keep talking, Amber.
You explain why, if you weighed in at 5:46 on May 19th, did you upload a vlog on May 21st saying you weighed in at 5:16? So I talked about this in a whole video already, but my scale here at home was broke, and I did not know till I went to the doctor and it weighed me there. And in my head, I was like, there's no way that my scale at home is broke because I've been using it quite frequently. I was doing weekly weigh-ins for you guys. And then I was like putting 2 and 2 together one day, and I was like, you know what? Like, I feel like I'm gaining weight. So there's like no way that my scale is accurate. So then I bought a new scale, and then that scale co-aligned with the scale that I actually use at the doctor's office. Show proof the Doordasher story is real, you hog. I'm trying to think of how I...
So if y'all don't know the Doordasher story, I can't confirm or deny if this is real. I've seen like 4 different people comment on 4 different people's pages. I've seen one on Karina, I've seen one on Hecticana, and I've seen one on Rachel. People commenting, oh, this has been debunked already on Reddit. They're screenshots of whatever, like, you know, Amber made it up, but like no one can link me anything. I've asked about 3 people, sis, please link it, like give me the tea, and like no one's linking me the tea.
Show proof without doxing his name because obviously I don't want to do that. I actually do have a way. I have a screenshot of the notifications coming in that I actually took on my phone, and you can see my wallpaper. My wallpaper is Twinkie, which I'll show you here, and you can see behind the notifications is Twinkie. So currently the only proof that I can show. And obviously in the screenshot I am crossing out his name because Why don't you know? And obviously in the screenshot, Twinkie, which I'll show you here, and you can see behind the notifications is Twinkie.
Okay, nothing looks weird to me.
So that's genuinely the only proof that I can show. And obviously in the screenshot, I am crossing out his name because I don't want to dox. Why don't you see a dietitian regularly? I actually thought about it. Last time I saw a dietitian was in 2023. And it's like, I know all the knowledge, but I think having that type of support would be nice. How do you really feel about the disconnect and lack of trust between you and your viewers? So I feel like there's a section of people who don't trust me, and there's a section of people who do trust me. And I feel like...
I mean, yeah, Amber, I don't trust anything that comes out of your mouth, girl, because of your history.
In the section of people that don't trust me, there's a section of people that choose not
Well, yeah, people just don't trust you, girl.
to, and a section of people who genuinely have a reason, because I feel like the section of people who like choose not to trust me, that's the trolls, it's the haters, it's the people who genuinely just live to see me fail, and they live to catch me in lies or expose me or start rumors. Like, I'm not even going to move them into this answer, but the disconnect that I have between the people who don't trust me but want to, it makes me sad, and I wish there was a way that I could like prove myself to them, but I know that I can't, because no matter what I say or do, sometimes it's just not enough.
I mean, sure you can. Just stop lying. Just stop lying about mundane things. Stop making up stuff. Stop disrespecting Beck. You know, you said you weren't going to talk about Beck for forever, and then you bring up Beck again in like your last video claiming Beck wanted to be on camera when you've already reacted to a video of Beck saying that they did not want to be on camera. So it's like, not only I just don't trust you because you lie and you disrespect folks, you know?
I'm hoping with time, and I'm hoping with him, and I'm hoping with
That doesn't mean I won't play Fortnite with you, girl. Let's get this dub.
my word, and I'm hoping with like showing the side
And we don't even have to talk about anything girl world related. Strictly Fortnite callouts.
of me that is true and real and honest, that they'll finally see that. Why were you sleeping in a crib and drinking from a bottle at 4 years old? Also, were you nonverbal? No.
I knew her disrespect mother tour wasn't over. I did think it was interesting. I tried not to comment a lot on it, that she like filmed her mom talking about this story of neglect towards Amber. Like, supposedly Amber was 4 and like got baby bottle syndrome, which basically just means her teeth were rotting because she didn't brush her teeth or keep her teeth clean. And, you know, Amber's mom is telling this story, basically admitting to, you know, neglect, and we're just like, why are you telling us this? It doesn't make your mom look good. And then she's about to follow up on this and be like, you know, wow, I was 4 years old on a bottle. I was super, you know, whatever. Like, it's just weird to me. It's just, obviously what Mama Lynn did wasn't great, but it's like, why are you just constantly doing things to like bash her?
I was not nonverbal, but as for drinking from a bottle and sleeping in a crib at 4, I have no idea. Do you seriously not hear the seal arf arf in your intro, or is it intentional? That's an instrument, but I definitely understand where you guys are coming from. I definitely hear it as well, but it is an instrument. I really like the song because like with the beat, each clip changes, and I love that. So as fun as that was, we're
I wonder what instrument it is.
going to move on to the interview.
Hey girl, hey, just coming off a work shift. Sorry if there's noise in the background. Would you ever visit Canada?
It's almost like, why? Maybe it's just a social thing. It's like not all, a lot of her voice notes, people like apologize for stuff that's like out of their control, or just like, you don't need to even apologize for that, you know? Like, you're not a professional YouTuber. No one wants you to give her a voice note in a studio with like perfect sound, you know? It's just ask your question.
And
Like, hi, Amber, blah, 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 blah. Sorry about the wind. My question was, it's like, why is it so long-winded? Just ask your question. Like, literally, my question was, hey, Amber, will you play Fortnite with me? And then I may have, like, added, you can play Sabrina Carpenter and I'll be Billie Eilish and we'll be cute. Like, come on now.
What do you think of, like, goth style, like, goth girls? Also, would you, like, get any tattoos?
So 1, would I ever visit Canada? Yes. 2, what do I think of goth girls? I love the aesthetic. 3, would I ever get any tattoos? Yes, I really do want to get some tattoos. I have some tattoo ideas, but I'm just scared.
Yeah, I would be scared too to get a tattoo at your size and then lose or gain weight and then it looking like crazy. What if you lose weight in an area where it just like, it looks bad, you know? Do not get a tattoo, Amber. It will... Actually, sure, get a tattoo. Do whatever you want, girl. But if you get a tattoo now and then you lose more than 200 pounds, it's going to look whack as hell.
I have a really high pain intolerance, but something about like the constant pain of a tattoo, I don't know why, but it just like...
I have a very high pain intolerance. Does she mean she has a high pain tolerance? And I like to ask this question a lot when people start talking about stuff like this. What does that even mean? Does having a high pain tolerance actually mean that you don't feel the pain? Or does it mean that you're conditioned enough to not react to the pain? Because I can tell you, I feel a lot of stuff, but I don't want to make it other people's problems, so I just keep my mouth shut. So I can appear to have a high pain tolerance, but in reality, I'm just good at not reacting. Does that make sense?
Gives me the skeevies.
Hi, baby! So,
Oh my God.
my name is Isaac. I've been watching you for so many years at this point.
Wow.
I feel like I know you more than...
Like, again, what's with this, like, intro? Hi, my name's Isaac. I've been watching you for so long. La 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 la. My question was, like, this is so gross to me. Why are people like this?
Closest friends. Like,
Aw.
so my question is... Sorry, I partaked in
And then another apology. Oh, sorry.
a little gummy, if you will. Anyway,
Okay, pop
so
off.
my question is, what do you think makes you stand out? Like, why people are so obsessed with you? Like, the compilation videos, the reaction videos, the constant...
Initially, what attracted people to Amber's channel was the fact that she was a weight loss channel. Like, very, very initially, before she had a ton of subs. And then she started curating to hate watchers because she would say she's going to do these things and then she doesn't do these things. Or she starts a diet and then she stops it. She says she's going to do all these things and she doesn't. People are interested in the train wreck. People love to rubberneck to see what's going on with, you know, the wreck on the other side of the highway. That's why people like Amber.
obsession.
And also, it's just a completely different lifestyle that I would never be exposed to if she didn't post it online. And I think it's just insanely interesting. And a part of me thinks that watching her will help give me insight on how to help people at this weight. But I think that's kind of delusional.
I just wonder what you think about it, how you feel. But yeah, I mean, I can't say the same. Like, I've clearly been watching for years too, but what is it? What do you think it is? All right, bye, love you.
Bye, I love you too. Genuinely, I think like what it used to be for sure, especially like 2019 era, was just like the train wreck of it all. Like, there is a 570-pound girl just like posting the most craziest things. I would do so many mukbangs. Like, it was definitely trolling. Like 2018, trolling. 2019, trolling. And that was when I really started to like pick up on all the traffic, the people watching me. And even when my life now is more just like calm and bland and peaceful, and I wouldn't say I'm a train wreck per se, like I'm literally just a normal girl. Yes, I might be super morbidly obese, but it's more common than you think. Just a girl who lives a normal life. I do have some unique things about me, sure, but I don't think that I'm special.
I want to see Amber go to the pool so bad, y'all. And not in a weird way. I just want her to go. She doesn't have to film herself. I want her to go every single day to a pool and walk. Like, that's all I want for her. Like,
in any way. So I almost wonder if like what keeps up the obsession from people is it's almost like mob mentality where everyone is kind of feeding off of each other, whether it be through like subreddits and forums and chats and like the reaction channel comments and just the reaction channels in general. It's just like it's keeping up this energy that is constantly being like spider webbed into new people and new audiences, people wanting to belong in a community, and they found one. And I don't know, it's definitely crazy. I feel like if all of that disappeared one day, I still would be able to make a living here on YouTube, because I do have a lot of like supportive people who like aren't quote unquote obsessed with me. They just like watching my videos, and I'm just very grateful for anyone who clicks on my content and watches me.
Hello, thank you for accepting my request.
Of course.
I wanted to ask, why do you think your weight loss has been so unsuccessful? I know people have different measures of success, but if you view it from an objective standpoint, you've been on your weight loss journey for over 10 years, and all you've really done is good.
I'm gonna pause it real quick. I've been on my weight loss journey publicly for over 10 years, but my first diet was when I was 10, and I'm currently 34. So I've been...
So you've been on a weight loss journey for longer than 10 years and you still haven't made objective progress, is what you're saying. Like, I just wouldn't even add that part, girl.
Trying to lose weight for over 2 decades, for 24 years. So it's just publicly I have shown it for the last 10.
From being in the 300s to the 500s. And
my first diet ever, I was 10 years old. I was in the 200s somewhere, and here I am.
I don't think it's abnormal to want to change your eating habits when you're, younger, going through puberty, stuff like that. Like when I was in middle school, I wanted to be skinny and ripped and hot, and so I would eat it was like South Beach diet, like Lunchable type meals. Like I would eat that because I thought that would make me skinny, ripped, and hot. I don't think it's inherently a bad thing to put a child on a diet, especially if they're overweight, so that's just what it is.
All the way up in the 500s, and my highest known weight was 572.4. So
572.4, and don't you forget about it.
To rationalize this, because
it is hard for people to rationalize. And I love the show 600 Pound Life, because it shows that people who reach this size, because I get it, there's like levels to these things.
I don't really love that show because it's so depressing. Like a lot of the times people
like overweight, then it's just like, okay, you're morbidly obese, then it's like, okay, you're super morbidly obese, and then it's just like there are a few classes to it, and I've reached the point where it's like I am at the highest, and I'm fully aware of that. Like my BMI used to be in the hundreds. My BMI now is
finifat. I think I don't know, it's like obese, super obese, morbidly obese, super morbidly obese, infinifat.
94, and that's still really bad. But for one's BMI to get that high, and for one's weight to get that high, you have to go through a lot of trauma in your life. Trigger warning, whether that be emotionally, physically, sexually, you have to go through a lot. And I have gone through every single one of those things. Like I was in foster care. Like you're not in foster care just because. And even in foster care, I went through a lot. So it's me not healing all those things at the time. And then even as an adult, like finding it so hard to like speak about the hard things and wanting to heal and figuring out why I am the way I am. It's just like this constant vicious cycle.
You've had multiple...
Maybe instead of trying to figure out why you are the way that you are, you try to change yourself. Stop thinking about why you are the way you are. Stop thinking about your past. Stop thinking about your trauma and move forward. Like it's time, Amber. It's time to move forward, or it's time to take steps to move forward. Like you're running out of time.
Struggles throughout that time, which would motivate a lot of us to take the weight loss really seriously. From being unable to do normal activities like traveling and walking to literally having cancer. Like one of the worst things imaginable, really.
Yeah.
So surely with all of these things, you would be eager to improve and, lose the weight so you can enjoy your life. And
that's how I know it is
Amber had no chemotherapy. I just wanna make that super duper clear. She basically had surgery and that's it when she had cancer. Not to downplay anything, but I think the worst part of getting cancer isn't the diagnosis. It's usually the chemotherapy. It changes a person's entire personality. It changes their brain in not a great way.
Whole thing, and it's not like a choice at all. And I know a lot of people, they look at bigger people and they think that we're choosing this life. I'm telling you, 95% of us are not choosing this. It is so...
You saying you're not choosing to be that size is exactly like me saying I'm not choosing to be my size. Like, it genuinely makes no sense, Amber. Everybody chooses to do whatever they want to do. No one's forcing you to do anything. Yeah, you have trauma, and yeah, it might be, reasons why you are the way that you are, but at the end of the day, you're not focused on changing anything about yourself. You just want diagnosis and stuff to talk about, is what it seems. A lot of the times people don't want to fix their issues, you guys. They just want a diagnosis.
Mentally exhausting to be an addict of food and to have turned to food since you were just a little child. I have a whole family of addicts, and I'm not the only food addict. Like, my grandma, she has passed away. She was over 600 pounds, and it definitely is not only environmental, but it's mental, and it's also genetics and hereditary and all of that stuff. So it's a mixture of like so many things.
Be healthy, but every diet is unsuccessful and you end up making excuses for yourself.
I don't always make excuses. I have, yes.
Making excuses for somebody saying that you make excuses is a crazy turn of events, Amber. And it seems like you make excuses for most. I don't make excuses, actually.
But I have a lot of reasons for the way that I am. And I recently, like, even publicly, I was like, can you guys help me like figure out like what is the difference between excuses and reasons? Thankfully, I now have a clear picture of that. But yeah, I have made some excuses in the past, and I'm not perfect, so I probably still do to this day. But I do have a lot of reasons for the way that I am, and I am trying to work on that.
Sorry if this is mean or if it's really long.
It's not mean at all.
I just didn't want to like sugarcoat it. But yeah, thank you for listening. Have a good day.
Oh, of course. I hope you have a good day too. And that was not mean. Like, that was like true constructive criticism. Like, I know a lot of people think that if I receive something like that, I think it's hate. I don't think that's hate at all. I think that's very valid. So thank you for feeling comfortable to share that with me.
Amber, my hectonic comfort queen.
Oh my gosh.
I fucking love you, girl. What is the crack? I have two little questions for you.
Okay.
One being, have you ever played an instrument? I'm so curious. You kind of seem like someone that would sing, but I don't know.
No way. Amber's way too lazy to play an instrument.
So
she's gonna be like, yeah, I played like piano or violin when I was like 5 or something that like we can't prove.
Regarding instrument, I am not the greatest at it. I played the flute in like elementary school. And regarding singing, I love to sing. Like, I am...
See, okay, she played the flute in elementary school. There's just the way that she like talks about certain things. If somebody asked me if I played an instrument, I would just flat out say no. I don't. I've never had any formal training. If we really wanted to talk about stuff, yeah, sure, I can actually play the piano. I've taught myself how to play like 5 or 6 different songs on the piano. I can hear at least 6 keys, and I can usually figure out a way to, make the piano sound similar. But that doesn't mean that I know how to play an instrument, because I don't.
Not good at it by any means. I was in chorus in 6th grade, which I loved so much, but I'm not the greatest at singing, but I'm telling you, I love it.
Curious if you've ever played any, or would you ever consider picking one up? I can see you with like a bass or singing.
I would love... Oh, honestly, my dream...
I just can't see Amber with any instrument. I just can't see her... Unfortunately, I just can't see her putting in any work. Any hard work, at least.
Electric guitar. Like, hello, how are you? Oh my god, that's my dream.
Also, very different question. Maybe the complete opposite, but I was wondering if you had been following everything that's happening in Palestine right now. If you've been doing that. I love you. Goodbye. Goodbye.
She actually sent me another one, but I'm going to respond to the first thing. Yes, I do follow it, but I try very, very hard not to talk about politics on my channel. I have in the past.
I try really hard to avoid as much negative news media as possible. It's just not good for my mental space. I cannot be bombarded. I can't be bombarded with negativity all day. It really does negatively affect how I operate, my emotions. I can't handle a lot of violence. I can't.
Years and years ago. Sometimes I'll let something slip. Let's listen to your next one.
If you're not comfy with that second question, I just want to ask, have you ever been to Ireland? And would you ever go? I think you'd love it here. Yeah, that's it. Thanks.
No, I'm totally fine with that question. And would I ever go to Ireland? Sure. I mean,
I don't know if has she even flown on a plane one time, you guys? Like, I don't think she has.
I've never been out of the country in general, so I don't know.
Hello, Amber. This is Ease from Jordan in the Middle East. And yes, you have fans in the Middle East. My question is there an ex of yours that, if asked you to patch things up and be back together, that you would say yes to? You don't have to give us.
This is a question Amber asked herself. This is a question Amber put in this video herself to get a reaction out of one of her current exes.
The name of that ex, just answer with yes or no, and give us all of the suspense in the world. You're not a failure. Your haters might say it to you or express it over and over again. You're not. You have a YouTube channel that has over 250,000 subscribers, and that is not easy, because I've tried to do it myself. I have run a YouTube channel for 7 years, and guess what? I've only 113 subscribers, so I gave up. So this achievement is great. It's huge. You might be thinking, okay, what about my weight? You're still trying. Even if you've tried a gazillion times and failed, as long as you feel like you're trying, then you haven't failed. Again, too much love to you.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Like, that was honestly really sweet, and I needed to hear it. As for the X thing, I'm not going to say yes or no.
Hey, Amber. Hope you're doing good. I'm a little shy, so sorry.
Don't be.
My question would be, have you ever considered getting a food scale when counting your calories? Because I've lost over...
Y'all, I'm sure she's bought in a food scale before. There's no way she's going to use it. That's way too much work.
80 pounds
I do have one.
now.
Congrats on your freaking weight loss. Hell yeah. I was gonna say fucking weight loss, and then I stopped myself, but congrats on your fucking weight loss. I had to have emphasis in there because 80 pounds is amazing.
It's been a process, but in the beginning when I was counting my calories, I was greatly underestimating how much I was actually eating.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have the proper measurements for it, and a serving size, I thought, like in my head, I was eating the serving size, but I was actually overeating.
Yeah.
And so once I started weighing my food on my food scale, I noticed a significant difference, and I'm actually able to stay under my calories.
And random fact, she still has a little more to go, but I just pause it for a second. Random facts, measuring your food is not as reliable. Like something on the back of a nutrition label, it can say half a serving, half a cup is a serving, but when you go to weigh it out, if it says 28 grams, it's it doesn't match. So what's more reliable is definitely weighing your food. I definitely agree with this 100%.
So just wondering. And then also with certain packages, it'll say a certain weight, but if you weigh it, sometimes it's heavier, so it's actually more calories. So it might say it's 100 calories for that item, but it actually is more if you weigh it. So
oh my god, I literally just said that.
Hope you have a great day. Say hi to Twinkie.
Of course,
okay,
of course. Bye.
Hey, oh my god, I'm so excited to send this to you. Sorry I sound like that. I'm not feeling very well.
I hope you feel better.
I've been following you and watching you for years. It's been, I want to say, at least 6 years. And
No one cares!
always defended you in the comments. I've always thought the hate you get is so ridiculous. Because no matter what, I don't care about being, attacked, for lack of a better word.
Girl, ask your question. No one cares.
I always argue back with them because I feel like these people are so stupid. What are you even, I don't know.
I bet when you stick up for me too, they're like, hi Amber, I know it's you. And by the way, thank you so much for sticking up for me. That means a lot.
I feel like any grown adult who is dedicating so much time of their lives to hating on you and making videos about you, I feel like you cannot be a bigger loser. That is so embarrassing in my opinion.
It is weird, I will say.
But yeah, so I just wanted to say that before I ask my question. So my question is, I am a personal trainer, so that's the question that came to my mind. Would you ever consider getting a personal trainer? I feel like it would be so...
I want to know this girl's certification, because if she's IFA or ISA, that doesn't mean anything. If you're a eSporta or LA Fitness certified personal trainer, that don't mean shit.
helpful for you. I saw in your recent video that you got a Fitbit and you're going to be tracking your steps, so that's so exciting. I'm really excited for you and I hope that works out for you. But yeah, would you ever get a personal trainer, even if it was online, someone trying to help you?
So thank you for the question. And this was an older one. This is from when I did get the Fitbit, but the Fitbit came destroyed. Like the box was destroyed, the Fitbit was not working, it was broke. So I never got a new one, which I probably should, because keeping track of your steps, it can be extremely motivating to like do more steps.
If all you're trying to do is keep track of your steps, your phone can do that perfectly fine, guys.
And you can get very creative with it, and I just know that from past experiences. But would I get a personal trainer? That is not something that I am currently interested in, no.
Hi, Evelyn. My name is Bug, like the ladybug.
I really think, Amber, that you need to start going to the gym, and you need to get into the pool specifically. You need to get into the pool every other day, if not every single day, and just walk the links of a pool. Find an eSporta, find an LA Fitness, sign up. I know you have enough money. Go there, walk in the pool for like 15 to 30 minutes every single day. It'll change your life. Even if you don't lose weight, it's going to change your life.
From Melbourne, Australia, and I've been watching you for such a long time, I think since like 2017 or 2018.
Wow.
You're literally the only YouTuber that I actually keep up with, and I've seen, I think, all of your videos.
Dang.
You're just so comfy. Your content is so comfy. So thank you.
Thank you.
I was just wondering if there's anything at the moment that you really want to learn, or if there's any kind of hyperfixations that you have. I know that you were interested in psychology a while ago. I think you said you went to school. I can't remember if it was criminology or like criminal justice or something. Like,
Yes.
Is there anything that you think about?
Y'all, she had like less than one semester of like criminology or whatever, criminal justice. Like, can we stop like glazing her with that?
And you're like, I'd really love to study that or learn more about that. Thank you for considering my question.
Definitely psychology. It's always been psychology. And like to go like deeper, like I want to go in the mind of like a murderer, because like why? Like what are you thinking? Like what? I also want to learn more about borderline personality disorder, because that is what I have. And with awareness, like it genuinely changes your life. And then when you actively work on that awareness, like it's life-changing. Anything to do with the mind, like the mind
How does she know?
is just so interesting to me. Or also I really like medical stuff. Like at the same time though, that gives me a little bit of anxiety.
Okay, hi Evelyn. I need your opinion on situationships. Like, how do we feel about them?
I have been in a few myself. For me, situationships are hard because my feelings grow. I am even loyal in a situationship. Like, I will not talk to anyone else. Like, you are it, and that is that. That could be a BPD thing. I don't know, but I'm a very loyal, committed person. And I'm also very jealous, and I worry, and I'm like, well, I'm committed, but what if they're not? Because in situationships, you're usually not in a loyal situationship. Some are, but it just depends. For me, I think that they should happen, because it's like just jumping into a relationship, like a true relationship, probably isn't the greatest idea for some people. It's like good to get to know someone, like start off as friends and then, you know, get into something more romantic, and that's where they're like the...
So is she suggesting that like situationship is like a part of the like getting into a relationship you know, map, blueprint? Is that what she's suggesting? 'Cause that's weird. I don't think that that's correct.
Situationship comes in, but if it's just a situationship and that's it, and there's no like end goal of like, okay, are we gonna get into a relationship or what, then it's almost like pointless. But what works for you might not work for me, and everyone's different. I just know that I go into dating with a goal. That goal is to find my person.
From what I understand, a situationship is basically a relationship without the commitment, right? So one or both of the parties refuses to commit to the other one, but treats the person exactly like they're in a relationship, creating a lot of confusion, right? So in a healthy relationship, it should never get to a situationship, right? Things should progress you know, from talking to friends to exclusive to girlfriend. That's, you know, usually how things progress, I suppose. But yeah, situationships are typically super toxic, and I don't think that's a normal part of how relationships progress.
Because that is what I love about love, is like having your best friend and having your other half and having your person and someone that can rely on you and you can rely on them. And yeah, it's just like a best friend that you find extremely sexy. All right, you guys, now it is time for bad choices. Would you accept $500,000, but every time you speak, you have to rub your nipples? No, because that sounds like a rest of my life type of thing. And who am I
That's
speaking to?
crazy.
You know, that just could make a lot of people uncomfortable. Is it okay to cheat on your partner if they gain 100 pounds? No, it's never okay to cheat on your partner. And if you're gonna cheat on your partner because they gained weight, leave them. They deserve so much better. Would you rather be with someone smart than someone gorgeous? Why can't we have both? In the event of a zombie apocalypse,
Both.
would you sacrifice everyone here to save yourself? There are people that I would without a doubt save before I save myself. In a literal heartbeat. Do you think you would be an excellent teammate to have on The Amazing Race? No.
Amber would be one of the first victims in a zombie apocalypse. Girl, you're not running nowhere.
Just due to the fact that I'm 500 pounds and we need to be moving very, very, very quickly. And I'm not a very, very quick mover. Anyways, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.
All right. That was something.
Amber Lynn did not shower.